Hey guys, this week cover on the forward fuselage. I've painted the interior, fitted some floor mats, designed my own custom header tank which is going off to the welders, sent the seats to the upholsterers and having a good time. So I hope you enjoy this one. Hey guys, bit of craft time on the just doing the anti-skid for the floor. So making up a cardboard template first. These potentially, a nice simple job, but if you stick it on crooked, you're going to be looking at it for ages, wondering why you stuck it on crooked. So take your time and get it nice. And two nice anti-skid foot mats. Okay, so my next job, while I've got the arts and crafts going on, just got some cardboard and some sticky tape. Header tank time. Going to start mocking up a bit of a header tank. We'll see how that turns out. So first step, cardboard cutout. We'll call that absolute. So that's the absolute biggest it can possibly be. We'll start with that. So my aero modelling mates would be happy. Got the 1/4 inch balsa out, 3mm ply, and about to sino some balsa to plywood. So those skills are transferable. Alright, here's my mock-up of my header tank, just out of plywood and balsa, little stubby bits, but that will sit on the longeron and tuck in there nicely. Yeah, should work well. Back to the time to take it to the welders. So just with my header tank design, I've worked out that's about 3.5 litres, fairly skinny, 50mm. And also a consideration that I've got is the zero line, so it's going to sit in the aircraft. Imagine if that's 0 incidents sitting on the taxiway, but then you've got to take into account, or I've taken into account, if you do a long climb out, sustained climb, and your feed's here, how much air, where's the air going to go? Alright guys, so I just started on the glare shield, if you like, or the top skin here, going along quite well. I had to just elongate the hole a bit where these struts go through, just to get everything right. What I did, I started with the first hole, position that in the centre of the firewall with my 10mm edge distance, clickoed that, and the same on the dashboard side. So just starting to form that down. Have a look. Just starting to roll the skin down the sides. Then I have to pick up the holes that are underneath here. That'll fold down nicely. So clickoing as we go. And yeah, just in here I had to take about a 1/16 off, and just use the Dremel. I'll take another 1/16 off when I sand that to get a nice edge. That was just so that I got my centre right. Looking good, going well, and the with the dashboard installed. Alright, so I've rolled the skin down. I've just tucked the top skin inside the bottom skin. Like I said, there wasn't a great deal of information I could find on this particular area. It took me a while to work out where the windscreen, I believe the windscreen is going to finish up above this triangle gusset part of the the fuselage side skin. So because the longeron has been drilled, the outer skin, or sorry, the bottom skin has been drilled to A5 size. What's that? 3/32. Sorry, 5/32. So these holes have already been drilled to 5/32. Whether I probably should have left those pilot hole drilled, would have been easier. Also the cabin frame up here has been drilled out to 5/32, and there's nothing in the top skin. So I'm sort of running, I'm running through the 1/8 drill to just to sort of find the hole, gives you a little bit of leeway, and then clean it up with the 5/32 for the A5s. Seems to be working well. Don't spare the clecos, pull it down, get it all right, sit it where it wants to sit, and the dashboard's all closed in. So yeah, take my time and fill the footwell up with swarf. So going well. So just one other thing, I guess, to get your edge distance on this top skin, which is now buried, tucked in behind the bottom skin. You keep it up there, so the top skin's underneath the bottom skin. And to get your edge distance, you can actually look in on the inside, and you can see it actually penetrates below the diagonal longeron here, so it keeps your edge distance nice. And also it just conforms to the firewall and the bulkhead. Now this particular hole at the intersection of the longeron and the firewall, the outermost hole, if you like, or the most forward hole, that's the one I had trouble with where I put my engine mount bolts. So behind this hole there, you got a AN 3 or 4 bolt with a nut on it, and the nut's interfering with that hole. I've drilled it out, cautious not to just sort of touch the nut as I drilled through. I've got a cleco in, so that's a good sign. So if the cleco is sitting in there nicely, I should be able to get a rivet in. If not, I'll pull the bolt out, rivet it, put the bolt back in. But yeah, should be right, mate. Okay, got all those drilled out. That's really good. I'm happy with that. There is a temptation to add another rivet in this gap here, but it nearly caught me out, but didn't this time. That's where the so the steel engine mount is on the back there. So if you go whacking a hole in there, you're going to hit the steel mount and have to drill through that. So just leave that gap there. So for those who say it's just a click together kit, there is a fair bit of work involved. Yeah, to get it all done. Very enjoyable though. But what I found as well, you don't have to guess. You just work out a way to do it so that you know it's going to work. Like in this instance, I rolled the skin down, clamped it, clecoed it at the top. You can look on the inside, see what's going on. Even to the point, just mark it with a Texter or a Nico. Pull it out, have a bit of a peek, so you know where your hole's going to end up. This was a little bit daunting at first. I haven't pulled it off yet to see how the outside skin's going to turn out. But using the small drill, take your time, sort of fishes around, finds the hole that's in the longeron on the inside, and then go through with the final size, and it cleans it all up nicely. So that's what I found with most of the kit, I guess. There's nowhere in the kit, it's like one of those puzzles. If you take a guess, it might work for a while, then it's going to bite you somewhere down the track. So there's no need to guess with any of this stuff, just line it up. I'm not telling you how to do it, but that's just what I found. So, yeah, going well. Keep drilling. Right, forward section's on. Just moving on to the longeron. There's four L angles that run across the glare shield here on the top of the dash. I just make it easy for myself, so you've got to flute these sections to get it to curve. Rather than work on the inside, I just line up this inner curve with the outer skin. I'll show you here. So rather than trying to work inside, you just curve that along your hole line. So you've got that curved. Good little trick, and it works for me. So now when I go inside, that's going to be fairly close. Okay, now we're just drilling up into the cross member, if you like, of the cabin frame, the bottom of the dashboard. These will be A4s. So drilling up through there, I'm just going to leave a gap. I've got to work out how I'm going to actually attach the centre console to the dashboard. It runs up here. I've seen a few different ways of doing it. Some hose clamps or nuts and bolts or a bit of L angle and come in from the back just to make it easier. Going well. Freezing cold in Melbourne. Every little bit helps, and keep moving forward, one Cleco at a time. Also had a delivery today of got some moulds here for some spats. A friend of mine, Bruce de Chastel up in Queensland. Thanks, Bruce. He does great work with in the RC world with beautiful pylon models. They're all painted in the mould type of stuff. So he sent these down, and I believe they're off a Grumman something or other. It actually says Grumman on there. So they're going to be going to have a crack at moulding some spats. Alright, so still just the last couple to go here, drilling into the steel tube. Working with aluminium's fine. When I first set out on this venture, I was thinking about a wooden aeroplane, a Fisher. I was going to say Fisher Price there, not Fisher Price. That's my daughter's toys. Fisher aircraft or something like that. Dakota Hawk. The trouble with a wooden aeroplane, I was worried it wouldn't fly. So yeah, drilling into steel is not that great, but slow seems to be better. Slow and steady. Maybe a sharp drill bit might help as well. And got all my ducks in a row. So I just finished the pilot holes. So the small silver Clecos there going in. Someone said to me the other night there, "Oh, you're building one of those Zenith aircraft." It's just they inferred that it's already done for you. Just about every hole on this aircraft, which the computer will probably tell you how many there are, you have to run a drill through every hole. Something like in this case here, so pilot hold, these are only A4s, so pilot holes, so it's 3/32, upsize that to 1/8, up on top you'd upsize it around the firewall end, upsize it to 5/32, so the A5 rivets. These will just be A4s on the bottom. So this row of rivets, pilot hole drill, then run the 1/8 drill through them all to upsize. So every second one, put de-Cleco, put in the copper Clecos, do that in reverse, so then they'll end up all the copper Clecos, which are 1/8. The good thing with putting a Cleco in every hole, you don't miss a hole, I guess, and then when it comes time to rivet. The dashboard obviously won't go in for quite a while. Got to spend a few dollars on that, I guess. So that I know where I'm going and how high I am. So yeah, what I'm getting at there, I guess, they don't just clip together. Every hole, some of them 3, maybe 4 times you have to run a drill through, do the 3 times to upsize them, and when it comes to final fit, they're either full of a bit of corrosion stuff or just a tiny little misfit where you just run the final size hole drill through just to clean the hole up. So there's a lot of work, a lot of drilling. So don't let people sort of tell you that these things just clip together. That's that side done, up to 1/8. A little superstition of mine, I don't leave any tools in the aircraft. Bit pedantic, there is a word for that, I guess. I've got a towel in there at the moment. That's catching 78% of the swarf that falls down there. And then I pull the towel out, give it a vacuum. But I generally, well, not at all, I don't leave any tools in the aircraft. Bit of a superstition of mine, or 30 years in the Defence Force probably taught me that. And even Clecos and that, I don't have anything rolling around. Probably slows me down a bit, but I've got the video camera in the aircraft at the moment, but that's you guys all in the back. Yeah, I just keep this tidy. and keep on top of the swarf as well. Alright, so pretty much that's tonight's job done. It's pretty cold out here. Richmond's playing the footy. So that's the front end pretty much done. I took the seats to the upholsterers today, and it's harder than I thought picking out colours and textures and leather and foam, but should have some seats after this coronavirus stuff goes away. So it's the first week in August, nearly snowing in Melbourne this week, so I should get a bit of building done hopefully. But going well. Alright, so I got the aircraft masked up. Going to spray the interior, get some primer on it today. I've scuffed it up with Scotch-Brite, and what I do is just put a bit of, I've got prep wash on a white cloth, and then that should, I just keep cleaning until the cloth, till it comes off clean basically. If an area's not clean, I'm not saying this is the right way to do it, but this is what I do. Pretty easy to tell the bits you haven't cleaned. So, I use the hand towel. Do a section about that big with one piece of hand towel. Turn it black, keep wiping, flush it all off, and then now this will air dry for 20 minutes or so. You can chase your tail all day, but get it pretty clean, and hopefully the paint will stick. So on the interior here, about to spray, I'm just using the old rattle cans from the auto shop, bit of etch primer. Good thing with that is I can get in and under and up and down every angle rather than fire up the compressor. I'll just use the rattle cans. That's what I did on the front. Needs a couple of days to fully cure or tack off, I guess. Well, it's actually touch dry in about 5 minutes, but give it a couple of days to do its thing, and yeah, we'll start to spray the interior. Right, job well done. Just sprayed the interior. Nice, they call it charcoal grey, but it's a really light grey, same as up the front there. I've masked off the areas that I'm going to carpet just to save a bit of weight, and just out of interest, from the firewall to the back baggage box, I used 250 mils of paint, thinned down obviously. Had the garage door open. The sun actually came out today, so it's about 15 degrees. I'll get the heater on later, but really happy. Getting used to the spray gun, turn the pressure down, control the fan with my touch-up gun, and that's gone on really well. It's really hard to, well for me, to paint the roof, like painting upwards, but yeah, that's come out really well. I guess the only time someone's going to be looking at the roof if we go parking or something, I think those days are gone. So yeah, really happy. I'll show you a bit later, because knowing me and paint, this has gone really well. And my definition of really well, I haven't tipped the paint over, I haven't spilt the terps, no dribbles, no runs. So I'm going to walk away now, close the door, and I'll probably do something silly like come out here tonight and make dust doing something else, because you can't stop me. But give that a few days to dry now, fully cure. Really happy, and the colour match between the powder coat and the actual spray paint, that was a bit of a fluke, but that's nearly perfect. I've left the door trim, I'll show you this later when I pull the masking tape off, but I've left the door trim silver, like the sill, and it's going to have a black seal on it. I figure with your butt sliding in and out all the time, if I try and paint it, eventually it's going to wear and tear, it's going to chip off and look a bit daggy. So if I leave it bare metal, I think it's going to look good. Yeah. Best thing now is just to leave it alone. I'll pull the masking tape off in a couple of days and give you a look at that. Alright, so got the better of me, just waiting for the paint to dry on the fuselage. Come out here, watch the news headlines. Probably busier than a Beirut window repair guy at the moment, but keep going. The panels, they've just got these little panels, just a little job. See, they go in the hole here. They'll actually go on the inside. So tonight, while I'm watching the news, just ducked out here for an hour, I'll just put the rivets sorry, the anchor nuts, rivet the anchor nuts on. Little jobs like this keeps it fun. There's probably 10 rivets in each panel, 4 panels, 40 rivets, 2 rivets in each. Get the calculator out. That's about 80 rivets that we need to do. So just a nice little job, because jobs like that will fall by the wayside until you actually need them. So if I get it done now, it feels like you've actually done a bit for the day, and yeah, all going well. So these wing access panels still, these guys are actually thick enough, I think, rather than dimpling. I'm just going to countersink the rivets so you get a nice flush finish. So that should work out well. One thing to note, the rivet tail goes boom, straight in the bin. Alright, so about 20 minutes work. Anchor nuts are on the back of the plates, all nicely countersunk, so they're flush. Just a bit of Scotch-Brite deburr. Well, I've already deburred them, but I might just rough up the surface. It's one of those parts that I'll probably paint the whole plane, pack up all the gear, and then remember I've got to do these panels. So they'll go in the cupboard for final assembly, I guess. Yeah, a little bit often, and we'll get there in the end. Going well. Kind of rewarding taking off all the tape. So I've just come out here early. It's bin day. Does anyone else get excited about bin day? So it's rubbish bin day out the front. So pulled off all the masking just to catch the bin man. Inside, up in the roof. Looking very good. Happy with that. And the natural bits is where the carpet will go. I've got some nice felt. Down at the upholsterers I've got the felt that's sort of like a tea towel. It'll, what's the word, drape I guess. It'll drape over your hand so it's nice and thin. And it should form nice in the corners. Put it on with either the 3M stuff or contact cement or Velcro or double-sided tape. But really happy with that. The painting's coming up really well. Taken off most of the masking. I've just left, I've got the seat belt attachment still masked up over there, a bit too close to the paint. Paint's still a bit soft. It's only 6 degrees in the shed. I've got the heater running, but I'll worry about the power bill later. And the seat belt up there is taped, seat belt mount is taped up there. That'll just be nice silver colour. Just allows the seat belt to swivel. Just the areas I thought where the paint's going to chip off anyway over time. And on the door frame, this is where I've decided to go from. That's the inside. This will be sort of outside. I'll leave that natural, I think. Natural aluminium. And then the aircraft will be painted on the outer skin, just because sliding in and out. It has a nice black rubber seal that goes around the door sill. But sliding in and out, that'll probably cop a bit of a flogging. That's where we're at the moment. Coming up to 400 hours in the build. Okay guys, thanks for watching. Wrap that one up there. What's coming up next? Hopefully get my engine soon, engine mount. That's holding me up a bit. Might spin the fuselage around and fit the tail and finish off the interior. And I'll probably better start running some systems. Thanks for watching.